was a little kid, like 9, my parents bought our first console, the PS3. With it came with a bunch of games to play on it. One of these games, though, caught my little brain's attention. I got very interested in one of these games and played it for hours on end. That game being Madagascar Carts. Then I tried my luck on Little Big Planet. I had a blast playing it until I hit a level I just couldn't beat. I then gave up playing it altogether and had never touched it since then. But today, all of that will change. I'm going back into Little Big Planet to see how much of the game I can beat now, and to see how good of a game it is, since I didn't give it a fair chance back then. Little Big Planet was released on October 27th, 2008, on the PS3 by the company Media Molecule, a first-party game developer team located in the UK. In this game, you play as a character named Sackboy in a world called Craft World. This game was released under the tagline of a Play, Create, Share game, and was highly appraised, getting scores like 95 out of 100 on Metacritic and 94.7% on Game Rankings. So on the surface, this game sounds nearly perfect, but will my opinions on the game match the critics, or will I leave this game feeling unfulfilled? Well, I guess it's time to find out. After a pretty lengthy loading screen, the credits begin to roll, then a video explaining the world of Little Big Planet begins. It is a very well done and enjoyable watch. Once the video is done, you are dropped right into the introduction level, and boy is it one of the best introduction levels of all time. You are told the basic controls of the game, but what makes this level so great is that as you're scrolling through it, you are shown most, if not all, the people that were involved in making this game. It's adorable and shows just how much love and care was put into this game. After the intro level, you are dropped into the main hub of the game and are told how to access the levels and such. There's a cool little Easter egg when your Sackboy is on the controller. He moves the joysticks and clicks the same buttons as you do. Now that's clever programming. With having worlds, this game has all of its levels located in continents. The first continent, located in Europe, is just a bunch of tutorial levels, teaching you the controls to a greater extent and showing you how to get past certain obstacles. You even get to see how to do these things when you're at a TV screen, and the humor in these videos made me smile on multiple occasions.
This is where all those wasted hours watching pointless TV decorating shows really doesn't pay off. Oh, you're going to be the talk of Little Big Planet in that get-up. Either that or laughing stock. There, see? You're happy! There's nothing to get upset about. Don't go hurling your controller at the cat, because it might throw something back and it'll only escalate. Now, the poppet is the most useful tool since some Swiss bloke welded a knife and a screwdriver together. And stamp it down with action as many times as you like. It's time for you to make a scene. No, not like the hissy fit you had in the baker shop when they'd sold out of croissants. If you were to stand on Little Big Planet and try to imagine a more astounding, fantastic, and creative place full of enthralling adventures, uncanny characters, and brilliant things to do, you couldn't.
These levels also show you challenges you may run into later in the game, like time-related challenges. Besides the normal platforming levels, there is also some minigame levels like Jump Rope. These levels' only goal is to get the highest score you can. You don't see many levels like these in games. Once you've beaten the first continent, you are shown the second continent and the moon, but I'll talk about that later. Once you unlock World 2, the levels change dramatically. More creative and difficult obstacles appear, no more tutorials appear, and the music changes. Speaking of music, the game's soundtrack is amazing, and you can really tell from the music played on Continent 2-1. In other words, the first level and the second continent, you know what I'm saying. You may think you'll have to listen to the same song on loop for the entire level, but that's not always the case. Some levels have multiple songs located in them in certain parts of the level. All of the songs in the game are masterpieces in themselves, but since I don't have time to show you all of them, here are my personal favorites. Each continent's levels are based off of something. Continent 1 is based off of castles and such, Continent 2 is based off of animals and wildlife, and so on. But it's here in Continent 2 where I run into my old friend, the level I can never beat. This time though, I won't fail. I know I can do it. I'm gonna give it my all, and... Oh, it really wasn't that bad. I guess I just really sucked at the game back then. I wonder what the next level will be like. Oh. Oh. Oh! Rated E for everyone! I just realized I haven't even talked about the controls yet. This game's controls are very solid. You use the left stick to move, X to jump, square to access your stickers, and R1 to grab items. When you move, it feels very fluid and natural. When you jump, you feel a little bit floaty, but in a good way. These controls are great and feel perfect for the type of gameplay. You can also use the arrow buttons to change your emotions, the R2 and L2 buttons to freely move your arms around, and you can even move the controller to move the Sackboy's head. These don't do anything gameplay-wise, but it's awesome to see that the game developers added in something that's just there to have fun with. It really adds a lot of charm into the game. You can also dab in this game. 11 out of 10! What dab again? When it comes to a story, this game doesn't really have one. Everything just kinda loosely connects together. In Continent 1, the king sends you off in the submarine, in which you are brought to Continent 2 in. In Continent 3, you are trying to save a wedding. Continent 4 has you save the broom's uncle from a bomber, and Continent 5 begins with said uncle driving to a mechanic's where his car is then stolen. Yeah, this game's story isn't its strong suit. But when it comes to gameplay, that's where this game really shines, even though it's hard to talk about when it's so diverse. Each level is a 2D side-scroller in which you have 3 layers of platforms to work with. Most games like this only have 1 layer. You have many unique challenges to play through as well, like making your way through a cave of snakes, bouncing off of other platforms, using machines to get over instant death traps, and even a few boss levels. With each level comes new challenges, which keeps the game from feeling stale. You'll never know what kind of challenge you'll run into in the next level. This game is also a bit of a collectathon. When you collect these little spheres, you get points. These don't really do anything unless you're connected to Wi-Fi, in which your score will be compared to everyone else in the world. These bigger ones, with images in them, have a different purpose, though. When you collect them, not only do you get points, but you also get a free item. These items can vary from stickers to clothing to even the obstacles themselves to be used in the moon. There's also these cardboard cutouts you'll find occasionally. If you have the same shaped sticker as the cardboard, then you'll unlock a new area which will contain new items for you to collect. Sometimes, these stickers aren't found until later levels, so to 100% complete this game, you'll have to play the same level multiple times to get everything. There are even multiplayer sections in levels, where you can only access certain areas if you are playing with another person. This can be annoying for any completionists out there that only have one controller. One of the things you unlock after beating Continent 1 is online play. With this, you can play any level with anyone who is playing the level in real time. Although, since this game is nearly 10 years old, you won't be seeing many others playing the game. And even if you play a level that shows another player is playing online, you probably won't even see him during the entire level anyways. One of the things that made this game so popular is that you can make your own levels and share them with the world. This is where the items you've been collecting through the story mode come into play. You have full control on how you want to make your levels. You could make a platformer, a music level, a roller coaster, and more. When you play other levels online, you can collect some of the objects they use in their levels, so you can use them in your own levels. Once you've beaten someone else's level, you can choose to rate it. If there's a certain type of level you want to play, you can search for it in the game, making it easy to find the right levels for you. Anyone can make a level and post it online. Overall, this game is really fun and can even be challenging at times, even if it has made me rage quit once or twice. It has a lot of features in it that I haven't seen in many other platforms similar to it, like online play and custom levels. You can even create your own avatar. I can tell that this game had a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured into it. It has so much personality that it's no surprise it became a PlayStation mascot. The only thing that holds this game from being perfect is that it's relatively short, although that's not too much of an issue since there are millions of fan-made levels to play on as well. For my overall rating, I give this game a 7 out of 10.